Towards the cow corner region now. Krishna again, and Softer plays it off his back foot there, so fairly interesting. So again, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, you may not be getting a video feed. So, but we should be live here, and Softer goes deep, and he cranks that for a boundary. So that's a 4. As Softer hits it towards the deep square leg region and ensures that he times that very well, coming off the meat of the bat, and then very well executed. And a quick single. There's maybe a chance. Oh, with a direct hit, there was maybe a chance for a run out, and an overthrow. The backup. No backup there. As Hassan Bimath looks at his fielders behind him and asks him, where is the backup? So a direct hit would have had him, but the Spartans being aggressive in between the wickets and pick up an extra run there. And another lofted delivery. Take a quick single. Krishna a little bit unhappy with himself. You can see the body language. The ball, and Cardinals Kumar comes across the off stumps again and just plays it directly onto the leg side. So that completes the over for the Cardinals, and that is 9 completed, with the Spartans at 60 runs with a loss of 2. Pressure.
Actually, in the beginning, we were expecting.
Yash comes back for his 3rd over, and Karan Kumar just flicks it over to the leg side for a quick single. So this young man Yash doing a great job, very economical. So far only conceding 8 runs, having completed 2 overs. It's always nice to see the youth shining. And again, nicely played there by Softer. Another quick single here for the Spartans. So the Spartans doing really well, ensuring that this partnership stays out there. And he reverses. Karan Kumar reverses, tries to switch hit that one over the offside, but does not have any success. And he charges down the track, and there's an opportunity. Oh, just comes up short. It's actually probably a good thing for Karan. He didn't time that too well. Else that may have been directly in the hands of the long on fielder. And a nice, oh, there's a nice attempt there by Yash, but unfortunately it just comes up slightly short as Softer just go ahead and takes that single. So good balance here from Karan and Softer. Seems like they've got a game plan of making sure this ship stays steady for the Spartans before they really start accelerating, as though it is their MO usually for the Spartans towards the latter part of the over. And Karan goes down to a knee, just pushes it towards square leg region, and takes another quick single. And that completes the over. That brings us to 10 overs completed with a score of 65 and a loss of 2. And another well hit ball lofts it over to the covers region for a quick single. So Krishna comes on, and Sufter, or excuse me, that was Karan who probably greets him again with a single. So very, very good batting here from the Spartans. Very sensible batting, getting a very good foundation. So I'd love to hear from you guys as we've gone through 50% of the overs in the first innings, to see where you believe the Spartans will end up at. So if you're on Facebook Live, do leave us a comment, see where what you believe. And a very nicely hit ball there by Sufter, and misfielded between Humayun and Deepchand, and that goes over the ropes. Oh, I am not sure how that happened. As we're on this side of the field, between the two fields, unfortunately no communication on who's got it. See the disappointment on Krishna's face there. He comes back and takes the dot ball. So a good comeback there by Krishna, ensuring the damage is limited. But unfortunately for him, it seems like in his over, there's been a few misfields. Very well bowled by Krishna there, and Sufter tried to cut it away, but to no avail. And it looks like it was a single there possibly, but Sufter was trying to go for it. Karan says no. And a dot ball for Krishna, so he's probably very happy with how he's going to finish this over, hopefully without giving another boundary or a misfield. Seems to be his luck, unfortunately, tonight. And very well played there. This little wrap shot there from Sufter, comes across, just presents the full blade of the bat and just flicks it over to the fine leg region. So that completes the over. For the Spartans, it is 72 runs for a loss. Yash comes back to finish off his spell. And this young man has done very, very well. Have only conceding 12 runs for a wicket. And that is a great shot by Karan Kumar. And does that make it to the boundary? Absolutely, yes it does. Very nice shot from Krishna. We kind of have a little bit of a sun glare issue going on, but we fortunately can't control the sun. But our great technical team, our great cameraman here, does the best. He's the best in the business, so we're very thankful to have him continue to broadcast this game here for us. Yash continues on, giving up his first boundary. And Karan Kumar goes again, and I believe that's Humayun out there. He takes a spill, but able to limit that to a single. So you can see the aggressiveness here from the Spartans, as if you were out here in the field, you could hear it directly from the dugout from the Spartans. Hey, it's 9 overs to go. Let's go ahead and crank it up. So that is definitely what it seems like the intent here from the Spartans. And I believe there is a slight delay here in the game, but we should be good to go. And Sufdar, oh, there's another misfield. This time by Deepchand, where the ball just bounced on him in the covers. USAPL team, you've got a little bit of a bumpy ground in certain areas. Unfortunately for him, it came up there. And there's a switch. There's an opportunity, but Krishna, unfortunately for him, unable to get to that ball, and that lands for another single. So you see that switch hit. It's the second time, I believe, Sufdar has attempted that. That switch hit made very, very famous here by some of our international renowned players like Glenn Maxwell, David Warner, to name a few Aussies. And another very nicely hit ball by Karan, and heads it towards the deep square-like region where Adnan is stationed and gets that ball directly back in. But those switch hits, I would love to hear from you guys. Who's one of those great switch batsmen, right? Who's able to make that adjustment as soon as the ball is bowled? In my opinion, I think David Warner, Glenn Maxwell, Joss Butler, to name a few. Would love to see, if you're on Facebook Live, do leave a comment. Love to see who your take on that is. But great spell for Yash, for the young lad. He finishes it off with 22 for 1 wicket. And his spell is complete for the evening. So 12 overs completed. It is the Spartans at 82 for a loss of 2. So see, we've got some comments coming in on Facebook Live, so we always appreciate it. Fahad Khan saying 156 is what the final total will be. Nitin Arora. Nitin Arora, I believe we're trying to find your score, 152. And he changes it to 172, says Edward is yet to bat. As Krishna continues on, and Sufdar just whacks that and takes a quick double. And Venkatesh there probably saves another run on that overthrow, as he had no backup. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the Cardinals backup, but unfortunately for them, it's a very good thing. So see Nathanson, Edward, and Sonny are still yet to bat. Absolutely, Nathan and Raheem. How you doing, Raheem? Nice to see that you're participating here as well. And a charge down the ground, and oh, did he catch that? Did he catch that? That is an out. Humayu, wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that may be the catch of the tournament so far. Humayu Ahmadzai. Here, you've seen this. He is literally about 6 feet away from us making that catch, and we thought it was going to be gone, but he makes sure he jumps up and he makes a phenomenally athletic catch. We would love to see that replay again if we can see that, because that as a great of a catch as you'll see. Humayu, sir, I tip my cap to you. Catch of the tournament so far, hands down. And he made 2 spectacular catches today. The earlier one looking directly into the sunlight as well. And he made that catch directly. So Humayu making up for some of the misfielding here for his team. So you guys, if you're out there, man, make sure, if Cardinals, you guys are going to watch this, I know you guys are, make sure you get Humayu some biryani or something for the evening, all right? We got more scores coming in. Puvan, 144. All right, let's see who gets close. We'd love to continue catching this on, see who is correct. So love the participation, guys. Keep coming in our way. Krishna continues on, takes a single. Not sure if that was out of frustration or sarcasm, but he just kicks the air like he wishes he would have been able to stop that. Through towards the light side, that it's a little bit harder for him to come across. And nicely there, and covers. But for Karan, he goes ahead and takes that single. So good thing for Edward, he was on strike. He took that quick single, and he's off strike. You see Edward Lawrence out there, who's scored 4 centuries already this season, and one of the better players around our league. And looks like he's going to continue to demonstrate why he's one of the best players in this over, and as he continues in his bat here. And there he goes immediately, but does he get all of it? I don't think he does. No! And a dropped ball! Another dropped opportunity. Oh, man. Cardinals. And that was about as easy of a catch. For Krishna, his hard luck continues as he finishes off the over with a wicket, though. So for Krishna, his night is complete with the ball. 27 runs surrendered for a wicket. And that completes 13 overs for the Cardinals, with the Spartans at 88 for a loss of 3. And it seems like it is going to be Adnan Yar Khan who is going to be the new bowler here for the Cardinals. So a big wicket opportunity for the Cardinals missed, unfortunately, and that too of Edward Lawrence, who is the Spartans, one of those dangerous batsmen that they have. The Spartans have a very deep lineup, yes, but when you can get those big names out, it always gives your side a very big momentum and an emotional boost that you can ride off and ensure that you finish the innings strong. So unfortunately for the Cardinals, Krishna should have had at least 2 more wickets. He seems like to be the hard luck bowler of the evening so far, as his defense has let him down. Oh, and is that a possible LBW? And no, umpire Chirag is not interested. Oh man, that says no. And maybe it's going off the off stump there, but possibly. See if we can get a replay here. We'll see if we can get a replay in the meantime, but it seems like the only opinion that matters is that of umpire Chirag, and he said no. So, and a very nice shot there, and that clears the boundary over deep square leg with ease. Karan Kumar continues his wonderful innings here as he looks to accelerate. And that came very easily to Karan. That was a very elegant shot as he just came down on one knee and just let it ride over deep square. And another top edge goes over fine leg, and that is a 4. 1 bounce 4, and that was actually very close to a 6 on the fly. But unfortunately, just too much from the top end of the bat for it to make it all the way through. But nonetheless, the boundaries continue to flourish here for the Spartans, as Karan moves to 30 off of 23. See, Nitin, you've changed your score again here on Facebook, 163. All right, you've got 3, Nitin. I'll give you one last opportunity. Which one of those 3 would you like to go with as your final prediction here for the Spartans? Very well played there by Karan again. He just slashes it away, and is that enough for a boundary? No. Deepchand gathers the ball, and luckily for him, he did not kick it over the boundary this time. At this rate for him, and Deepchand, I'm not picking on you, buddy. Maybe I am slightly, but hey, it's okay. We all have those days. I'm sure you'll make it up for the team somehow, some way. And it's wonderful batting here by Karan. And speaking of batting and bats and equipment, Mace Cricket, one of the premier providers of English willow cricket bats. Definitely check them out. Part of the cricket merchant family at Mace Cricket. And Karan comes across the stumps again and just easily times it onto the leg side towards the square leg region for a quick single. So Adnan proving to be a little bit expensive in his first over, but a little slightly it's to be expected as you have a older ball at this point in time. Speaking of Mace, you see Edward there using his Mace bat. And Edward looks like more like self-preservation there for a second, but does not time it. Gets it towards the long on region and gets a quick single there. So that completes the over for Adnan and the Cardinals. 14 overs completed for a score of 100 for a loss of 3. Vinit comes back to continue his spell for the evening as the Cardinals are looking to put on the pressure here, see if they can get a wicket here from the Spartans as Edward comes into the crease. And a very nice ball there from Vinit, and a nice defense there from Edward. Takes a quick single. For the Spartans, the score just keeps on ticking, which is exactly what they're looking for. For the Cardinals, they ideally would like a few more opportunities. Hopefully they're able to capitalize on them, but of course this is the game of cricket and that is what happens. And there's that little grunt ball, but slower pace. Vinny changes up his pace and throws the slower ball there. But nonetheless, another single here for the Spartans. So it is coming about to the latter part of the match, last 5 overs. This is where Edward becomes very, very dangerous in a T20 format, along with Karn being already set. Be interesting to see how long these guys are willing to play the singles and doubles and really start to go after it, considering they have quite a few wickets in hand still. And state of two minds, and you can see why, because that is a wide ball. As our umpire Amaya says, that is definitely wider than it should be. And you see why Edward was kind of going back and forth there, trying to step up, but in the end decided to just leave it. Hearing a few of the Cardinals players talk about the sun and the shadows that are coming across. And there it is, that wicket that they were looking for. And Edward goes. And that is catch being made out there, possibly. But great display by Vinit of his confidence and his ability to take those large wickets. So that brings the Cardinals to 14.3 overs with a run rate of 7.1 for the Spartans and a score of 103 with a loss of 4. Who's better? Who's the batter? And the first delivery, we're trying to find out who the new batter is there. It's Zeel Patel. Zeel Patel takes a quick double. So Vinit looking to take it first, but Zeel Patel comes in and immediately gets off the mark. Takes 2 towards the covers. Vinit slashes it away. Very well hit, and that crosses the boundary. Very well hit towards a deep backward point, and on about 2 hops, it crosses over the ropes. So the Spartans continue their aggressive batting. Zeel comes in, he's not wasting any time, and he's looking to be aggressive and score immediately here for the Spartans. So Zeel being one of the top picks here for the Spartans. And there's a loopier ball, a slower ball, and a great diving attempt. Oh, and a direct hit possibly, and an overthrow. Unfortunately for the Cardinals, another overthrow costs another run. So Yash, unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to get there in time. He actually overran that ball when he was trying to cover and provide backup, and it cost the Cardinals another run. That completes the 15th over for the Cardinals. It is the Spartans at 111 with a loss of 4. Is it a 9-yard cut? No, who is this? This is Deepchand. Deepchand Bumrah. But not with fielding.
Yeah.
All right, it is Deepchand back into finish off his spell. He's got about his last over here, I believe, or 2 more overs left for Deepchand. And another appeal, and umpire Chirac says nope, it's going down leg. And Garan Kumar continues to. It seems like that was a run for Garan. There was no leg by shown there, so that will allow Garan to continue ever so closer towards that half-century mark, as I'm sure he's very well aware. So if you're here at the BPL ground, or if you've ever been here, you know that there's a scoreboard here along with the batsman numbers that allows you to know exactly where you stand. Deepchand comes back and easily placed by Zeal in towards the mid-on region and takes another quick single. As the sun starts setting here on this evening, the lights will take full effect. See the shadows creeping across the pitch and the field, so it makes it a little bit easier. The sun not so much in play. And another wicket here. Well-placed Yorker by Deepchand. And you see the emotions come out of him. Not sure if this was his way of saying, "I'm sorry, guys. I'll make it up to you." But definitely well bowled there by Deepchand. Great bowling, great Yorker. And Karn, unfortunately for him, gets a little bit there late onto the ball, and for him, he just misses it, and the bails go flying off the off stump. So that allows the Cardinals to take their 5th wicket as the Spartans continue with their batting, currently at 113. And we'll see who comes up to the crease here as the batter walks towards Zeal. And that looks like that is definitely Ankush, another lefty here for the Spartans. So that score of 163 from Nitin looks like maybe it's still a chance. 144 from Bhuvan. Raheem says 149. And Fahad Khan says 156. So I think everybody's still in play. Still have a few overs left. Never know, anything can happen. And here's the first ball to Ankush. And very well played. It's actually a full toss. Intended Yorker, but missed his length. And easily placed into the covers region and takes a quick single. And Ankush is easily off the mark. That slow, methodical walk turns into a sprint. And another well-placed York. This time Zio gets a little bit late onto the ball there. Allows, I believe that looks like Ronak Sharma to gather the ball and stop any potential single from happening. See the Cardinals looking alive out in the field. Lots of talking. Lots of encouragement. Really looking to finish this innings off strong and hold the Spartans to any. Hopefully, it looks like more than anything under 150 would be a win, seems like, for the Cardinals at this point. And no ball here given. Excuse me, not a no ball, just no ball bowled. It's a dead ball. It is just a dead ball. And a little bit of a charge there from Zeal down the ground, but to no avail as that's a wide ball. So he's shuffling down. Zeal shuffles down the pitch there, but does not connect. Very well hit and timed there by Zeal. And another boundary onto the long on region. And you hear shouts from the Spartan dugout saying, "This is the bowler," ragging on Deep John a little bit. Not sure if that was based off of his bowling or his fielding, but either way, Spartans making their noises, showing their batsmen know who to target. That completes the over at 16 done. It's the Spartans at 119 with a loss of 5. Vineet comes in to finish off his last over of the evening. Be interesting to see who the Cardinals choose to go with after Vineet and Deepchand are done with their spells. They have used Adnan already, and I believe they may use another spinner. First ball from Vineet. Another grunt. Very well placed. Good ball there. And that's a dot ball. Another ball. Oh, that comes off of his helmet. Oh, that's a helmet check right there, ladies and gentlemen. Don't think that was intentional by any means, as the bowler, Vinit and Ankush, meet and make sure. And I believe our umpire, Amaya, is checking up with him as well to ensure there's no signs of any head trauma or concussion by any means. So, not sure exactly where this... That is a leg bye. That's given a leg bye. That's scary right there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if we got a replay of that. And here it comes. See that it comes off, and boom. It comes right off the side of the helmet. It seems like right where the earpiece and the helmet meet. That's what it came off of, and that made a very sickening sound. But thankfully for everybody, they're both safe. And Zeal flights it. And luckily for him, actually this fielder slipped a little bit towards deep backwards point. And they take another 2 runs. Seems like there may be a substitution happening here for the Cardinals. Yep, it looks like Raja Ravi is going to come in. And I believe that spill that was taken there. Not sure exactly who that was. Unfortunately, I can't see that far. But the Cardinals player opting to stay back a little bit. And a charge down the pitch here by Zeal. Humayu gathers the ball on a single. And what a throw. Wow, what a throw by Humayun. It actually flew over the non-striker's end and almost nailed his striker stumps there. But you see here, he gathers it single-handedly in one motion and uses his momentum and just fires a rocket. Ladies and gentlemen, Humayun is putting on a clinic here on how to field and catch. It's great to see the attention to details here on fielding side as well from the Cardinals. And a very nice shot here by Ankush. Deposits it into the coverage region. And an additional 2 runs here for the Spartans. So the Spartans continue to build their momentum here with the last ball for Vinit's spell coming up. And a slow ball that absolutely fools Ankush there. And he gives a sly smile back to the bowler with that grunt coming in as well. So, great over for Vinit. He finishes it off. His spell is done for the night. For the Cardinals, it is 17 overs completed with the Spartans at 125 for a loss of 5. Deepchand comes in to finish off his spell for the evening as he bowls to Zeal Patel. And a beautiful ramp shot there where he just comes across the stumps. The Spartans dugout going absolutely nuts. And that goes for a boundary. That was elegant, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, he just comes across the stumps, just lets the ball do the work, takes it off the meat of the bat, and that ball goes flying. I don't know what's worse here for Zeal, whether it's the ragging coming from his own dugout or the sarcastic cheering coming. But another nice shot here for Zeal. Puts it towards the deep square region as a 9-yard con gets that ball and rifles it back for another quick single. Very nice ball there from Deepchand. And Ankush takes that single. Looks like Zeal's the one that's looking to go big. Ankush looking to support. We got quite a bit of wickets left in the bag, so it makes sense. Why not? It is if you really want to accelerate that score now, definitely looking for a good opportunity. This would be the time. Zeal times it, but unfortunately it goes straight up, and that is taken. Oh, and a little bit of a gesture there. Oh, my. It's getting intense, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that's a Deepchand. No, that was not Deepchand. That was Hassan. And, I won't comment on that as we'll leave that be, but nonetheless, a catch taken for the Cardinals. And I believe it's Hassan Bimat that took the catch. And for the Cardinals, they take Zeal Patel's wicket. So the Spartans are down 6 now at a score of 131. Deepchand picking up a wicket again, so he's got 2 for his spell this evening. And he's got 2 more balls left. So overall, the Cardinals did manage to contain the Spartans and didn't let them really get loose yet. Of course, anything can happen. We still have a few overs left. And it's Sai to the crease. And Sai lofts it directly behind the wickets. And good for him. Unfortunately, there's nobody there. And he takes a quick single. He's off the mark. So Ankush, the batter that's been set in a little bit more, of course, as Zeal just departed. Let's see if he wants to go ahead and continue this. So you see Yash here, young Yash, who's one of our under-19 players. Where the USAPL, it's a requirement that all the teams must play one of their under-19 players. There's a full toss. I believe there's an attempted Yorker that is missed. And Ankush goes. It is the safe hands of Humayu. He is the all-state safe hands player for the Cardinals, where he has taken everything that comes his way. And that's the easiest catch he's had all night, by all means. And he rightfully deserves it because he's taking some dandies out there. So I'm on a frozen rope in the sun. One that was also a very quick liner going over the boundary where he jumped up and made that acrobatic catch and where he just twirled like a ballerina and sat down, ensure that he did not cross the boundary. So another good catch by Humayun. Another wicket down for the Spartans. The Cardinals continue their wicket-taking ways so far as they continue to control the Spartans' outbursts as they try to get going, but unfortunately for them, they're not timing it exactly the way they would like. And the Cardinals are taking full advantage. With 18 overs complete, it is the Spartans at 132 for a loss of 7. So there you go, Tejas. There's that full scorecard that you were looking for. So we love getting feedback, and of course, if there's something you specifically want from us and we can deliver, we by all means we will definitely do that here at the USAPL. So that is that full card where you see Khan Kumar leading the charge for the Spartans at 35, and he was partnered with Essen for a good amount of time in the beginning, along with Sufter. So the Spartans getting production from the top of the order, some from the middle, and see what the bottom of the order has for them. Sampath ready into the attack, and a very nice ball there by Sampath. Takes a golden dot ball here in the beginning of the 19th over. As we get towards these latter few overs of the match, it becomes critical. These dot balls are gold. This is where you really stifle the opponent and try to break their momentum. And you as a fielding team and the bowling team, when you are able to do that, that momentum also carries over into the batting side when your innings start as well. So very good start for Sampath. And another good ball. I think that was just missed. That was that came by, and it was definitely slower. And for Sai, he came on very quickly to the ball, but just flat out missed. Was there a nick there possibly? But no, there is another dot ball. So Sampath coming in very, very clutch right now for the Cardinals. We see another prediction coming in. And this is time for Muhammad Uzair at 147. That'd be very close. But Uzair, I might have to tell you, came in really late here. So we'll still count it. So far, everybody's still in the running. And there's a quick field change here as he pulls Yash from the coverage region and puts him towards the mid-wicket. And that's a hit, but unfortunately he didn't time it right. Is there an opportunity? Nope. Falls in between three fielders. Falls in between three fielders there onto the leg side for the Cardinals. And Mintanch, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Mintanch, who is a under-19 player for the Spartans, gets his first opportunity here to face the Cardinals. Oh, and he takes one. It looks like it came right off of his elbow, forearm area. No, it's not Mitanch. That's Sai, actually. Sai Charf. Seems like there is definitely a medical, I wouldn't say emergency, but a medical stoppage in play. As the Spartans and the Cardinals confer. And looks like he might be good enough to continue batting. You see Krishna providing some assistance. This is good to see, of course. You know, competitiveness and competition between the teams is all good in its own place, but this is the true spirit of cricket right here, ensuring that your fellow teammates, even your opponents, are in good standing. So great display of sportsmanship there shown by the Cardinals and also the Spartans. Of course, there's no malicious intent there. I think that was just a very good ball that, unfortunately for Sai, he just didn't pick up early enough. And there it goes straight into the air. And no problem for Sampath. He comes right underneath it. But that is given a no ball. No ball given by umpire Amaya. And that, unfortunately for the Cardinals, is not going to yield a wicket. So for those of you that are new to the game, a no ball, you cannot be out on a catch or being bowled out. It is a free hit. And since the batters did cross and there's a new batter there, the field can be changed here for the Cardinals. So in this case, they have decided to drop all their fielders towards the boundary, rightfully so. As many as they could. And he does go for it, does Mintaj, but it goes straight up. And Sampath does carry it and still counts as a single for Mintaj. So that completes the over, the 19th over here for the Cardinals. It is the Spartans at 137 for a loss of 7. So I see Prince Mishra, you've got a question of how that was a no ball. From what it looks like here, it looks like he overstepped the crease, which will lead to a no ball. So it is the death over here. It's the final over of the first innings. And it looks like it's going to be Adnan Yarkhan again to finish it off. And Mintanch will be the batter that he faces to start off. And a heave there by Mintanch. So he comes across the stumps, but unable to connect. Very nicely played there by Mintanch. He puts it directly over onto the leg side. And there's two fielders. There's Humayun and Krishna. Both run towards the ball. Going towards the, I would say about deep fine leg region. And another 2 runs added to the Spartans' score here. See on the replay, Krishna wisely gives it up to Humayun, who's got a rocket of an arm. And he shows it off again. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're coming to the ground here tonight, bring in, and very nice slash by Mitansh. And a great throwback. Mitansh holding his own here. Oh, excuse me, that was Sai who hit that. But if you are coming to the ground here for the second part of the innings, do bring yourself a jacket because it is starting to get a little bit cold here as we're on the basin, right on the bottom of a hill. And then also do bring some bug spray because the bugs are going to drive you crazy. So do make sure you bring 2 of those things. And that comes off of, not sure if that came off the helmet again or the shoulder, but that's given a leg bye. For Mitansh. Yeah, I think he just came off the body. So last 2 balls here for the innings. And now comes back and he over pitches that one. I think he was going for a York, but give it a full toss as Deep John chases that ball down. And he gets it back in. Are they there for 3? Wow. That was a very quick 3. That's youth right there, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the young legs that we talk about. That's some aggressive running here from the Spartans, and they're ensuring that they take full advantage of anything that goes out deep. What a shot! And did he get enough? Oh! Oh my! Oh! Did he save it again? Humayun again. That was a clinic again that Humayun put on. He slaps the ball away from the boundary, goes to collect it. Good for him. It doesn't go past the boundary again, and he fires a rocket for a run out. Wow. That concludes an exciting innings here for the Spartans. They end with 145. I believe, that score is still to be updated as we are looking to confirm on that replay how many runs to be rewarded and also who is to be out. So it looks like Sai is the one that's going to be out. And that will conclude the score for the Spartans here. And wow, what an exciting end to the innings here for the Spartans. And that completes it for them. So great attack from the Spartans from Syed Hassan, along with Karan Kumar at 35. And a nice appearance from Sufter along with Zeel Patel. So that completes the first innings here. 20 overs complete. Having the Cardinals given 12 extras to the Spartans. It brings the Spartans total to 147 for a loss of 8. So Muhammad Uzair on the money. I believe that was Muhammad Uzair who said it 147. We're just making sure we're confirming with the umpires on the last one if it was 2 runs or 3. And I believe that's actually been changed to 2 runs. And Mitanj, excuse me, I apologize, Mitanj. And he will be the one that's actually given an out. So that brings the score to 145. So Uzair close enough, but Bhuvan Uday Kumar at 144. You, unfortunately, we don't have a prize, but you were the closest, only off by 1. And that will lead us to a quick commercial break, and then we will be back with the start of the second inning.
Achieve financial freedom with One Seed Capital, your trusted partners for building wealth. Visit oneseedcap.com because the future of investing is now.
MyGo Consulting is a global SAP services shop based out of Chicago, Illinois. With locations across the globe and consultants covering all core modules in SAP, MyGo Consulting is your preferred choice to help you get to the next level. So remember, when you're thinking SAP, think positive. Think MyGo.
And we're back here to start the second innings as Hunain comes into the attack. And wow, what a ball there from Hunain directly on the first ball. As Venkatesh faces Hunain and Mayank Patel on the other end, the captain for the Cardinals. But a great start here for the Spartans bowling attack. Another dot ball. So for the Spartans, and another good ball here. It's another dot towards the point region. So the Cardinals need to score 148 to win this match tonight and avoid going down 0-2 losses. Although not a good, not a bad start here for the Cardinals. Of course, trying to feel it out. And an attempted slash by Venkatesh, but to no avail. And Mayank asking the umpire Chirag there if there's a possible wide, but umpire Chirag's not interested. So you hear a lot of talking here from the Spartans, rightfully so. Starting off with 4 dot balls, always a good sign. And another dot ball. So possibility of a maiden over here, which is always welcome in T20, as that's about as rare as they come. And just as I say that, Venkatesh says no thank you. And they take advantage of the crowded inner circle and move on to the square leg for a quick double. So that completes the first over for the Spartans. And it's the Cardinals at 2 runs for a loss of none. So it's going to be Mayank on strike. And the new bowler, looks like it might be Zeal, but just we'll confirm here in a second, but maybe Sai. And it's Sai. So interesting tactic here from the Spartans, going with a spinner on one end and a pacer on the other end. Here from the south end of the pitch, and there's a very nice ball. It's a dot ball. Spartans bowling attack coming in very strong. You're hearing a lot of conversations happening on the field, and a lot of the Spartans definitely pumping up their bowlers, and rightfully so. Yeah, a very defendable score of 148. And seems like it's going to be a wide ball. Yes, it is. Given a wide ball, goes right behind Mayank's head. So that's the first extra provided by the Spartans. And with a tight field, it seems like it is going to be a lot of talking here, which is a good sign. It seems the Spartans are definitely up for the challenge, and as the Cardinals continue to try to build their innings. And another wide here from Sai. So maybe a little bit of the pressure coming to him, but 2 extras given in a row. Sai was known to have a very good line and length, hence why he's on this attacking side. But fortunately for him, looking to get a little bit more zip on the ball, but losing his form. And that one, again, was going down the leg, but luckily for him, it comes off the elbow of Mayank. And the Cardinals take 2 quick runs, so it's given off the leg.
Is it leg by two leg buys?
What do you say? Do I just like extras?
So Mayank still looking to get off the mark. And as captain of the Cardinals, Mayank's very well known in the area. And he's known to have a very strong fielding and bowling sense within his captaincy. See how he does with the bat. And another ball given, but I believe that one is given a wide again. So that's 3 extras surrendered by the Spartans, inside specifically. So it looks like they come back into the right line. And I believe, nope, he's changed it, and he's giving it to a no ball. So that is a free hit. And I believe that's because he may have overstepped the line. Free hit. And Mayank goes for it, and he smacks it into the cow corner region. And does it have enough to get to the boundary? No, it does not. And slight misfield there. And there is stuff there that provides the backup to the bowler. So Mayank gets off the 0 here. Takes 2 quick runs. And if you're coming to the ground, ladies and gentlemen, definitely do bring a jacket. It is getting cold. Some of the players out here also sporting their quarter zips and their hoodies, and rightfully so. Temperature is dropping. But do come on down. It's always nice to see everybody. And if you're watching on Facebook Live, we welcome you, along with YouTube. And that is a dot ball. Sai is trying to gather himself, ensure that he comes back and finishes his over here strong. It's given more extras than he would like, especially in the T20 format. Those extras will kill you. So hopefully he's able to come back. And another is a loopy ball. It's a very slow change of pace. It's a great comeback here from Sai, not letting those extras deter him. Conceding 5 runs, of which a majority of them were extras. Only 2 runs coming off the bat. So 3 given by extras. And that ends the innings. So that brings the Cardinals United to a total of 9 with a loss of 0 wickets and 2 overs complete. Hune comes back into the attack, has Venkatesh, or Venki as he's known, and he just slips it back towards this fine leg side, but very quick fielding there by Sai. Leads to no runs. Very nice ball by Hunain, but Venki is up to the task. Just deposit into the covers for a quick single. Smythe comes on to the south end of the field, takes his guard. See umpire Chirag giving as much time as Mayank needs. Is there a nig? Is there a possibility? A slight appeal there. Maybe half-hearted appeal by Slayadesson. To which no attention is given by umpire Chirag. There it is, another dot ball. So Humayu continues his excellent work with the ball. And another excellent ball here by Humayu. Or Hunain, excuse me. I keep calling him Humayu after Humayu made those spectacular catches out in the field. But Hunain with those excellent balls. So that completes the over. 3 overs complete for the Spartans, with Cardinals United at 10 with a score of 10 and a loss of none. Sai comes back into his second over. Looks like he's going to be trusted with the ball again to ensure, obviously, not have any additional extras that he provided in the first over. It's a lot of talking here in the fielding side with the Spartans. It's always good to see pumping up their teammates. A very nice slash out towards deep point, and I believe that does cross the boundary. Yes, it does. And that is a 4 for the Cardinals. So there is their first boundary, and that came off the meat of the bat. Very well timed. And even with the dew setting in, that ball raced across the ground and over the boundary ropes. So great shot there by Venkatesh. Nicely hit by Venkatesh again towards the fine leg region. As towards the boundary. Is there an opportunity for 3? No. It's a little bit of hesitation there. They're thinking about it, but Mayank says no thank you. They retreat back. See Srijay having a conversation with his bowler, the captain. Seems like he's indicating towards the lights, and utilize those lights and hide that ball in there. So what I'm taking from that, but to be seen. Very nice slow ball by Sai. Leads to a dot ball. Sai comes back with a very nice delivery here. Dead middle. Good length, picks it up. Venkatesh is up to the task, just defends it. Looks on to play the next ball. See the captain pumping up his bowler, giving him advice. And a dead ball there here. Seems like Sai didn't get his steps down properly. Saw a little skip as he was going into his release. So he decides to just bail out. So that is a dead ball. Another slower ball, but the Cardinals are up to the task on this one to take a quick single. Cardinals definitely don't seem in a rush with their batting, which is always a good sign. Being able to chase down 148, it's not a simple task, but definitely achievable and capable, as the Cardinals are a very deep team, and they do have a good amount of batting as well. And another slower ball here by Sai, so he's up to the task, and that completes the fourth over. So with 4 overs being completed, it is the Cardinals at 17 with a loss of none. And Hunain continues his attack. Seems like there's a slight equipment malfunction. So the Spartans looking to stay aggressive with their bowler that's working for them. Hunain's been very economical so far. And there it is again. He puts it into the point area, but no runs. Another dot ball. Hunain doing an excellent job varying his lengths and keeping that line very, very tight, not giving the Cardinals batters any room to open up their arms. And another throw. Ooh, I think that was slightly unnecessary, but good backup there by the Spartans. Seemed like it was Akil that saved some additional runs from there. So Hunain continues his excellent spell so far. Venkatesh just tries to guide it towards the leg side. Fine leg region, but no avail. If you're hearing the Spartans on the field, letting the sledging begin a little bit, allowing the Cardinals to hear them, letting them know that they're building a lot of pressure with these dots. And there he's going for the shot, and right through the point. It's a misfield. They had an opportunity, but they do take 2 runs there. So not bad, and it gets right past the keeper, but no damage done as there is backup. And another dot ball here for Hunain. Excellent fielding by the Spartans as Sufdar continues to do well with his fielding. And another dot ball. So excellent over here by Hunain. Only conceding 2 runs. Having bowled 3 overs completely, only conceding 5 runs in total. So we'll be curious to see if Srijay continues to go with Hunain and just finishes off his spell. But it seems like that may be the route they go. But 5 overs complete. It is the Cardinals at 19 with a loss of 0. Is there any unopened water down here, guys?
No, we gotta get a case.
God dang it, no way. No chance. Oh, can you tell your guy to grab some from the dugout?
Oh, yeah.
I'll probably just grab like a couple of gators.
And the new bowler is Ankush Agarwal.
Wall, thank you. No, I just let him know he's part of the commentary team. Yeah, you guys are Shankar, he can score.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna dip soon. I can't do everything for this league, bro.
Hey, Ron,
Go ahead and unmute it. For the Spartans, the new bowler is going to be Ankush as he comes on. As Mayank comes to the crease, Mayank playing 12 balls, only 2 runs so far, so very unlike Mayank Patel here. Ankush for this first delivery is a wide. So additional extra given by the Spartans. That's a better line than length there for Ankush. Delivers a very nice York. And Mayank up to the task, just defends it. But that's one of those balls, ladies and gentlemen. If you get that York right, it's an amazing weapon to have in your back pocket. But if you miss it, those will go a long, long way because those usually turn into a full toss. And there's one off the pads, but umpire man not interested. Definitely looked like it was going off the leg. Yes, that is given a leg by. See on the replay. Can't tell you for sure here on the replay, unfortunately. We had Venkatesh blocking the view. But the umpire nonetheless unmoved. Seemed like it pitched on the leg side. Just drifting away. And another good ball. Takes a very thick edge. I think he was trying to play that straight, defend it, but just went off the thigh. And yes, another leg by given. Very nice played, but came off on the bottom of the bat. Intent was good, but unfortunately for Mayank, came off the bottom of the back. Still going to check to see if maybe there's a crack in there. Seems like he's good to go. There's a nice shot there by Mayank onto the square leg side for a quick single. Lanker's looking to finish off his over. Looking hopefully not to give any more extras. He's bowled well outside of the extras that he's given, but his line and length, the ones that he's been on, has been pretty spot on. And there it goes. Very nicely timed by Venkatesh. And that is a boundary, a welcome boundary here for the Cardinals, as that was much needed for them. So that completes 6 overs. You see that shot here? Very well timed. He goes down to a knee, plays it perfectly. And that completes the 6th over for the Spartans, and that provides the Cardinals to 27 runs with a loss of 0 wickets. So it looks like Hunain is going to continue his attack and finish off his spell for the evening. It's a quick single. Second ball from Humayun, and another single given. Or Hunain, excuse me. Keep selling Humayun. Hunain. Hunain's looking to finish this off strong. Hunain's looking to finish off his over here and his spell strong, so considering he's only given up 7 runs, it's definitely a success. And another quick, but a dot ball. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for those golden dots again. And he's been doing very, very well for the Spartans. So this strategy of attacking with Hunain has definitely bore some good fruit for them. And there's a loopier ball, and it gets right past him. A diving attempt, but unfortunately unable to get a hand on there as Edward collects the ball. So 2 more balls left for Hunain on the over. With that being said, I'd like to welcome back our commentator Julian, who's back after his brief vacation, PTO, for the evening. Hey, definitely understandable. And that's goes for a quick single. So I'm going to turn it over for Julian here, and he'll take you for our next few overs, and I'll be back shortly.
Thanks, Shaz. Shaz gets a bit of food to help give him strength for the final part of the evening. This looks like someone's visited the Nando Peri Peri, I believe. Is that right? Porto, so. Used to be Nando. I don't know why they changed to Porto. Good delivery there by Hernan. Ends the over. 7 overs down. Cardinals United just 31 runs on the board. Very cautious approach to this run chase. They have not lost a wicket, so that's to their advantage, but some good bowling from the Spartans has kept them in check. I want to say thank you to we'll get the opportunity to the production crew, Hassan, and we've got our scorers here. Ved's helping out, as is Krish. They're doing a good job, helping keep things moving. They're accurate in the scoreboard, on the scorecard that you see on your screen, as well as the scoreboard here at the ground. Speaking of ground, it's looking magnificent here. There's still a tiny bit of fading light on the horizon. Not a cloud in the sky. Lights are taking magnificent effect. We're going to see if there's a reward for hitting the commentary table with a 6. Good delivery that from its Ankush. Had a fairly solid start
Are we going to do that one challenge? A 9-4, if you catch it, then
on the single. Food in the commentary box, I must say, smells delicious. My co-commentator Shaz has a rather sort of a feast there. It's a huge serving.
Much appreciated.
Yes, he's, you know,
Much appreciated by.
he's a tall gentleman. He has to fill those legs. Kush continues. Swift, bit of zip there. Outside off stump, Mayank's desperately pleading for a wide, but in reality it wasn't that wide. It was within the tram lines. Mayank just willing not to move his feet. Was planted at the crease and waved his bat at it like he's trying to kill a spider in the corner. Mayank charges down the pitch and rather unsuccessfully doesn't make contact, I guess. Ankush is bowling very, very well here. He's just found the right line, the right length. He did see Mayank coming. Mayank perhaps moved a little too early to give away his plan. Ankush continues, another big wave outside the off stump. Ankush has just found the right line there. And Mayank is swinging, but not really moving his feet there, as you witnessed. And another dot ball. Cardinals United seem a little bit bogged down here at the moment. Mayank is not middling at all. Just the 5 runs off 23 deliveries, which is certainly not what the captain would be asking for. Mind you, he is the captain, so he may be a little bit disappointed in himself at the moment. Might be better off suited just getting the bat on ball and picking up the singles until he gets his eye in. He does get partly a hold of that one. There is a fielder out there. Didn't quite time it. Should just be a single. And just the one ball remaining in what's been a very, very tidy over by Ankush so far.
Looking good, Ankush. Looking good, boy.
Ankush getting some support from his fielders out here on the boundary. And a much better stroke there on display from Venki. Mayank comes back for the sing. That was a very, very good throw from the outfield. Mayank coming back for 2. Probably not a bad idea at this stage to put the pressure on the fielder. Required a direct hit to get him out, and that's exactly what happened. I believe that's Srijay. Swift move from Srijay. The blind turn and throw, and ran Mayank out. Mayank out for 6 runs of 24. Run it out the non-strikers end to end the over. That'll be 8 overs down. 33. They did get 1 run and run out attempting the second. So it'll be 33 for 1 after 8. Actually, it should be 34 for 1 at the end of 8 overs. Once we get the scorecard updated for you. So the first wicket goes down in rather unexpected fashion. Dare I say, Mayank occupying the crease for 24 deliveries for just six runs. Perhaps might be a blessing in disguise for him to be back in the pavilion. He didn't seem to be in good touch. Certainly wasn't middling the ball. And did eat up quite a few deliveries for his 6 runs. So Cardinals United bring Humayun to the crease. Humayun will be on strike as Mayank was run out at the non-striker's end at the end of the previous over. Obviously we'll be starting a new over. Humayun will be on strike. And it looks like it's going to be Tejas coming in the bowl. Srijay's captain's just helping him set the field. And Mayank, it's fair to say, underperformed tonight. He's a very capable batter, able to hit some towering sixes. But for tonight, he was certainly tied up by the Spartans bowling. Did a good job. Hanan at first, followed up by Ankush, just keeping him bogged down. Wasn't able to break the shackles. Venkatesh, on the other hand, been a little bit of a passenger while Mayank was on strike, but done very well himself. 20 of 25 deliveries. Humayun about to face his first delivery. To Tejas. Tejas coming on. Tejas picked up 3 wickets in his first match on Saturday. Bowled very, very well. Under 19 player. Hoping to be recognised by US Cricket with an eye for the future. US Cricket will be co-hosting T20 World Cup in 2024 along with the West Indies. So it should be sensational seeing some of these young blokes on display. Starts off with a wide down leg side, a little bit loose. But thought perhaps that Humayun maybe got a touch on that, but no. Umpire Shirag declares that it missed everything, passed by for a wide. Much better delivery there by Tejas, who is certainly generating some good spin in his first match on Saturday. And the Spartans defeated the Virans to kick off their campaign. And another good delivery, attempted stumping, some good work there by Asan. And I believe it's been successful. Swift work behind the stumps. We can see, yes, bails were off before his foot was back behind the crease. Humayun's out-stumped. Keeper's Asan. And didn't quite catch all of that replay there. We'll see if we can get the replay up for you again. There it is. You can see the stumps come off. Ooh, it was a close call. Looks like he got his foot back, or thought he had his foot back, but it got planted on the line. And it wasn't until the bails were removed that he managed to rock the foot back behind the line. So he did actually get his foot, well, attempt to get his foot back, but it was... So Humayun's out for just a couple of, no runs off a couple of balls. That brings Deepchand to the crease. Deepchand is going to be on strike to Tejas. Tejas started off with another wicket. He may be the leading wicket taker in the USAPL. I'll have to check on those stats here shortly. Good delivery, wide outside off stump. Deepchand flails at it. Fortunate for Deepchand to not get a little tickle on that. And a good take by Asan. That ball was moving. It's a better looking shot by Deepchand. He waited for the ball. The ball was maybe a little bit short. Just chopped away to the offside into the cover region for 2 runs. Dichan's off the mark. Cardinals move on to 37 for 2. Just chopped away there. We're going to get the score corrected here in a second. Venky's going to be on strike for the last ball of the... Oh no, there's 1 ball to go in the over. Venky turns that away around the corner. There is a fielder out there. They're going to look for 2. Venky's coming back for 2. Good call. Good running. Venky's very quick between the wickets and picks up 2. And that is the end of the 9th over. Cardinals United 40 for 2. Alright, so we'll have to go back. It was after the wicket. It was Edward coming into bowl. And a dot ball to start proceedings. Good delivery there from Edward. Maybe a little bit of movement just away from the... Right, so back up. Just back up. Area. Back up to the wicket area. Back up. Okay. You better in. Got the wicket. Edward continues, just tapped away. I got it. And just a single there to Raunak. We just couldn't confirmation it's Raunak. 2, 1, 2. And Edward. And that's going to bring... So we just correction there. We had Raunak come in. We couldn't quite see his number. We had a slight confusion there. We thought it was Deepchan. Deepchan's still waiting to come in. That's Raunak who's come in. We've got the scorecard corrected for you now. Apologies for that. It's Venky on strike. Just changed his direction. Perhaps not where he intended to get to go. It was an under edge. Perhaps a late cut shot. Did deceive the keeper. Picked up a single. They can run on the end. Tell them they can run on the end of the over. That brings Raunak back on strike. Edward started off rather neatly here. And Cardinals United be very happy just to give up singles at this stage. Ooh, good delivery. Not too quick. A little bit of extra bounce. Looks like it caught the edge of the bat onto his shoulder. No harm, no foul. Certainly didn't put it away. Did get it, you can see there from the replay, a little bit of steep bounce from shorter of a length. Wasn't a terribly short delivery. Asking for one above the shoulder, but I think it was not. It was only above the shoulder after it caught the edge of the bat, I believe.
Looking good, guys. Keep up.
Now Edward's going to be coming off the short run up.
Because we want the Spartans, we want the jersey. We can't.
They want the jersey to be shown.
We need to see his put it in. We can put his jersey over it, that's fine. But we can't put it over the top.
He told me that they want to see the jersey. He can put it, but this is big. They want to see the jersey.
And there was 2 runs there to Raunak. There's 1 ball left in the over.
Finish strong, Eddie. Finish strong, buddy.
And a slower ball drifted into his pads there, whipped away by Raunak. And coming back for 2 successfully brings us to the end of the over. Cardinals United 46 for 2. Raunak's on 8 off 8 deliveries. Venkatesh 23 off 27. And that's halfway through the innings. Cardinals United still needing about 100 runs, 102 runs off their last 10 overs.
Slight delay there in the game, but we should be back to our scheduled programming as Tejas continues. And a heave from Venki, but to no avail. He's looking to definitely accelerate that score because now it's coming down to a very crucial time here as only 10 overs left. They've got to chase an additional 102 roughly. So roughly about a 10 per over equation. And there's a big slash. And again, no communication between the wickets, between the runners. And it costs them possibly an additional run. But they do need, the Cardinals that is, and about 10 per over. That's the run rate that's required, so they will definitely need to accelerate it. As currently they're sitting at 4.5. So for the Cardinals, it's definitely going to be time to accelerate as quickly as possible. Fortunately for them, their captain wasn't able to provide too much of a support with the bat. So the middle order and the bottom of the order will need to definitely provide. So there is a dead ball. Seen a couple of those here today. Seems like the slippery field to the transition to the pitch, maybe causing some of these bowlers a few little hurdles. Tejas comes back, and there is a beautiful shot into the night, and that cleared by a mile. Wow, Ronak. Looked like he timed that really well. Take a look at that replay, and yep, he timed that as soon as it hit the pitch, it was gone. By the looks of it, looks like it's out towards the batting cages that are here at the BPL Stadium, and that's a mighty blow to get it that far. I'll tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. As we've had some different competitors here on our BPL Stadium. One of the likes of Nicholas Puran that came here originally for the 4th of July bash. And that cage was rattling all day by Mr. Puran. So, rightfully so. It tells you what kind of timing and what kind of power Ronak just displayed. Tejas gathers himself. And a complete miss there. It goes off of Syed Essen. And that was given a leg bye. They're just doing a great job after conceding that boundary. Something you would expect for the young man. He was very poised at his young age. And he overpitched that one. You could tell immediately from the release point that was definitely overpitched. Like he was trying to get a little bit more spin and turn, trying to get that additional zip on that. But unfortunately for him, he completely misses it, goes for a wide. Very nicely played onto the leg side. And then the Cardinals take 2. There's a chance. Oh! Tejas didn't catch it. He did not catch it cleanly. Did not give him a chance for a stump. Unfortunately, a direct hit would have had him had it been directly onto the stumps. But unfortunately for the Spartans, they did not catch it there. And a good break for the Cardinals. A good pressure being applied. So they feel the sense of urgency, and they're definitely taking those doubles. Tejas continues, and another dot ball. So great finish to the over for Tejas. And that completes the 11th over. And so that brings the Cardinals to 57 for a loss of 2 with 11 complete. See for the Spartans, their captain, Srijay Sunil, coming in. Srijay known for his off spin and continues to loft that ball. As he joked with me yesterday while doing commentary, he knows I love talking about it, but it works for him, right? That's all that matters, and as long as it's taking wickets, that's what it's all about. So we're joined here on the boundary by Syed Safdar. So Safdar, who did really well with his bat on towards the long off region. And right away he goes with that loopy full toss. It's gone to the square leg side. Goes to a single, and was that a no ball? Yes, that is a no ball. And I believe that was given on the basis of the height of the ball. I think it was above the waist. Yep, that was definitely above the waist, above the navel region for Ronak. So not a good start for Srijay, but I'm sure he's looking to come back very quickly.
One good ball, CJ. boy.
You're getting a lot of noises from the Cardinals dugout. The game's getting very competitive, which is what we love to see. And an extremely lofted ball. It goes up, and it is caught, but because of it's a no ball, it's not an out. But great running catch. It's a great running catch. Not sure who the fielder is. Unfortunately, they've got a jacket on. I think it's Karan Kumar. That is Karan Kumar. Thank you, Safdar. It's always good having a person from the field here. As 3J continues. Another lofted ball. Wow! What a hit! That is absolutely massive, ladies and gentlemen. That from the boundary was an additional 30 yards. Yes, you heard me right, an additional 30 yards from the boundary. And that was absolutely smoked by Ronak. And he's telling to you guys what he is all about. Ronak showing on a power display, power surge, if you will. Right over cow corner. And that was massive. That was timed, and everybody here on the field was just looking at that flight of that ball because that was absolutely hammered. Another loopy ball, and Rona goes again, but this time doesn't get all of it, and gets towards Sai, and that's gone for a single on to the leg side. So turning out to be a little bit of an expensive over here for Srijay, which he's not really used to. He does definitely invite you to hit that ball, but usually he does manage to get a top edge or a bottom of the bat, which leads to wickets. See if he goes with that shooter here. Nope, goes back to his normal stuff. And just out of the reach of Edward. And it goes for another quick single. Mid-on had a chance, but just slightly out of Edward's reach. As Srijay wipes the ball off, as there is a dew building, and the ground is definitely getting a little bit damp. Quick little stutter step from Srijay, and there's a little shooter. And actually goes directly behind. Does not time it. And I think actually if Ronak would have left that may have actually been a wide ball. But he decided to play it. Let's take a look. Yep, that definitely would have been a wide ball if he had just left that be. But he did decide to play it and takes a single out of it. And there he loops it again. Goes for his deep square leg, and it is caught. Venkatesh is out. So very well played. Good appearance by Venkatesh, providing some offense for the Cardinals. But a great catch, a deep square leg. And we're trying to see who the fielder is for you. But it seemed like it is going to be the young Tejas out there. So Tate's not only having a great impact with the ball, but of course his fielding is spot on, as displayed here. So the Cardinals lose another wicket, so they are down 3 at 69 with 12 overs complete. So it looks like Deep John is coming on for the Cardinals. For the Cardinals, that run rate creeping up slightly to 5.75. They still are chasing a 148. So getting ever so closer. Still need roughly about 10 runs per over to have a good chance at chasing this down. As Edward comes back and immediately Deep John cuts it off, goes towards deep point, and great fielding there from the Spartans, and they restrict to a double. 2 runs taken there. So Deep John continues his impact on the game in one way or another. So now you would expect the Cardinals to kind of definitely accelerate. And very nicely played. Just flicks it over, plays it off the pads. And Cardinals pushing for 2. Stuff there with a great throw, but just not enough on there to have a remote chance for a run out. But nonetheless, Cardinals definitely rotating that strike, continue to build those innings. And there's an opportunity, but no. And that gets right by Hunain towards the gully region. He misplays it, goes right by him, and chases it down there. But the Cardinals continue with their 2 runs a ball, which is exactly what they need to be at. So no need to go for the big monster shots just yet. These 2 run a ball will work just fine. Still have a good handful of wickets still left, creeping in the dugout. And the calls for 2. They get into the covers. And there they are, 2 additional runs. And there's a backup. No! Additional run on the overthrow. A lot of noises coming from the Cardinals dugout. They are cheering their guys on. And it is game on, ladies and gentlemen. You see the intent from the Cardinals. They're not going away easily. They want to make sure they chase this down. They're definitely not looking to go 2 in the hole in this tournament. And rightfully so. These guys are very alert. So there's Ronak and Deepchand being very, very alert on in between the wickets, which is excellent to see. So this match is getting much, much closer. Hope you're enjoying it just as much as I am calling it here. Edward comes back, and there's a shot, but doesn't look like he timed it well. And it is an out. It is an out. Unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary there. Oh, wow. They were doing so well. All they needed was to continue the 2-ball. But no, they went for it all, and Deep Chund is out. See if we can get a replay of that one real quick. See, yeah, that looks like it's Tejas underneath there as always. Yep, safe hands of Tejas. And he's able to secure that. But again, unnecessary, absolutely unnecessary, right, Julian? From a Cardinals perspective, they were getting 2 runs a ball, which is exactly where they need to be. But just went for it, tried to be a little bit more aggressive than, in my opinion, they should have. Unfortunately, it cost them another wicket.
You're exactly right. They were starting to swing the momentum back in their favour, or at least put them in a better position. And they had been, you're right, scoring along at 2 runs a ball. And that being said, they need to continue in that vein. Perhaps he was pushing a little too hard right there, but there's nothing wrong at this stage. If you've been scoring like that, pick up the single, wait for the next ball. You've still got time for that. As it was, they're still not out of this yet. Still 7 overs to go, 7 overs and 1 ball. They need another 70 runs. So they're still in it, 10 runs and over required, and they've definitely accelerated in the last 4 or 5 overs. And thankfully they still have wickets in hand. But you're right, that maybe was an unnecessary shot. He was starting to look in good touch there, was Deep Chund.
So you've got Hassan coming on for the Cardinals. Edward getting his wicket as he intended to. Edward's a very well-known all-rounder. Unfortunately, with his bat, he hasn't been unable to contribute as much as he would like. But making an impact. And there's a full toss. Flicked over to the fine leg. And the Cardinals take 2 runs there. It's working for them. And I believe that will conclude the over. So yes, Hassan gets off the strike immediately on the full toss from Edward. So 13 overs complete. It's the Cardinals United at 80 for a loss of 4 wickets. It looks like Zeel Patel will come in for his first over of the evening. Zeel did very well with the bat, showing up, making a nice cameo appearance, hitting some nice long boundaries. And he got his dugout riled up as he was at the crease. So he's trying to do the same here on the field, as it is definitely getting colder. The Spartans out in boundaries, trying to keep themselves warm. Zeel comes in for his first ball. Is that it? Is there a possibility? No. There was a sound. There was a sound for sure, but umpire Amaya doesn't believe it had anything to do with the bat. No, looks like the thigh guard right there that may have gotten it. So a dot ball. So if not a wicket, it's a golden dot, which I'm sure Zeel will definitely take. Very nicely played onto the oh, and you see the frustration there from Ronak as he was heading towards the danger end, or excuse me, he wasn't Ronak. That was Hassan. See the little bit of frustration just again, that communication, it'll start to develop for all the teams here as they continue to play together. But a direct hit, and Hassan would have been walking back to the dugout as well. Very nicely hit, but I don't think he got enough of it. Sufder gives it some chase. I believe that's Yosh. No, that's Mithan. Mitanch. Mitanch grabs it into the cover region and sends that ball back in. So it is definitely getting colder, which means the ball is going to get heavier as it hits the ground and continues to collect moisture. So in order for the Cardinals to definitely hit these boundaries, Julian, they're going to have to time it absolutely right, and they're going to have to get it off the meat of that bat. No miss-hit boundaries, it seems like, at this point in time.
No, but it can still be done without boundaries. Be a lot of running, but they definitely need to keep things turning over as they do there. That was a good delivery from Zeal, and just tucked away into the covers for a single. If you pick up a single, a couple of doubles, perhaps one boundary every over, you could probably do it on one boundary every 2 overs. You can still bring this home. They still need, my math is correct, 64 runs off 38 deliveries, which is about a run and a half a ball or thereabouts, 10 runs and over. So certainly in the modern format, not impossible by any stretch. Another single. So it's becoming a reasonably tight match. Cardinals United fortunately still have a lot of batting in the shed. So they do have that advantage. Hassan Bemat on strike. He's certainly a very capable hitter. Elegant batter, as we see there, and doing the right thing. It was a good delivery. Wasn't able to do too much with it, but if you play positively, you can move it for a single, as he did right there. Brings us to the end of 14, 86 for 4. Fairly evenly poised. I would say Spartans probably just have their nose in front. If we had the victory pendulum, victory meter, I'd be thinking 60-40. To Spartans. I could be wrong. Other people might have an opinion on that. I guess we can put it out to vote. Who's going to bring this one home? Will it be Cardinals United? They have the wickets in hand. They've got 6 overs, 36 deliveries to knock off, 62 runs. So just over 10 runs and over. Or will the Spartans hang on? What do you think there, Shaz?
I think this is definitely getting a lot closer than I had anticipated, which is always a good sign because we want a close match, right? That's what it's all about. I do believe, though, if just trying to calculate in my head, I think I had an answer here, but I'm trying to retract now. I believe. Yep, it's just I'm doing a lot of equations in my head right now. No, I think the Spartans do have enough bowling to make it count. So I think the Spartans by a hair, but I'm not counting the Cardinals out by any means. I think if they continue their 2-run-a-ball approach, which what they have been doing very successfully, and continue to stay disciplined and not try to go for those big boundaries as Tejas continues. And there it is. There's a two runs. Easy 2 runs. If this continues, obviously it's going to be the Cardinals, but I'd give the edge to the Spartans by a very slim hair. And I say that only because Tejas is doing so well, and they expect him to continue to do well. And they still have Edward, who's a very lethal bowler as well, who's just beginning his spell for the evening.
All very good points. This could be a crucial over here if they can get on top of Tejas in this over and pick up 12-14, and they picked up 2 off the first ball. Perhaps that could make the difference. If Tejas limits them, that certainly changes the equation. And he floats it off stump. That's going to be a wide. It was a direct hit from from Akil through that at the stumps. Fortunately, Hassan had not moved too far, was able to get back. Ranak was coming down madly down the pitch, halfway there before he decided to turn back. Probably a good thing. It looks like he would have been gone by a mile. And as it was, a fairly dramatic bye. Wide, I should say. You need a bail? It's in the box. All right, looks like we have a brief delay. We have a broken bail. And oh, they found the bail. It wasn't broken, it was just lost. We have now found the bail. And all is well in the world. The stumps are intact. Wickets are looking complete. And cricket can continue. Of all the things going on in this world, amazing how a broken bail can throw things off. So it was a fairly wild start to this over by Tejas. Hasn't landed the ball yet. The ball might be a bit slippery. And that was short. Doesn't quite get all of that, but does manage to go all the way to the boundary for 4. Good shot by Hassan. And Cardinals United starting to make a move here. They picked up 7 runs off just 2 deliveries so far. So they're well on top from an over standpoint. Probably looking to, obviously with the run rate just over 10, if you can pick up 11 or 12 now, they can capitalise on this over. That helps them with the remainder of the run chase. And Tejas maybe having just a little bit of trouble as a leg spinner, just gripping the ball. Ball's become a little bit greasy with the wet. And the art of leg spinning, I was watching the England-New Zealand match earlier today, and they were talking about Shane Warne and leg spinners from Australia in general, and how the leg spinners tend to come from the hotter, drier states because you can grip the ball better than something such as Tasmania, which, apart from being two-headed freaks, are, for those of you unaware, Tasmania is like the Alabama of Australia. And just taps away for a single. Tejas has fought back fairly well. Still 2 balls remaining this over. Tejas a little bit expensive. 24 for 1 after 2.4. Ranak, who's played a good role so far, 34 off 21. It's good now that we can see his number and his name on his back. We were a little bit confused prior to that. Apologise to any sponsors watching. Not a bad delivery. Carved away to the man at point. No run. Wasn't too badly played in the end. It was a decent shot, but unfortunately it was straight to the fielder. But that's okay. They can still afford a dot. They've picked up their 9 runs off this over. My math is good. 8 runs off this over. So they can pick up another 1 or 2 off the last ball. Then they're on par with the required run chase. Again, with 6 wickets in hand, they're in a position to start to assault the ball and hopefully assault the scorecard and bring it home. It's going to be very interestingly poised as the clock ticks over to 10 o'clock on a beautiful night here in Bolingbroke. Oh, that's either... Thought I heard a noise there. No, it was just a big swing and a miss with an attempted stumping at the end, more of a just crossing the T's and dotting the I's there. Foot never left the crease. No chance of out. A very, very, very subdued appeal by Hassan. Worth asking the question, especially after you've knocked the stump out of the ground.
Yes, with lightning quick hands there from Syed Hassan. Looking for any opportunity to grab another wicket and put the Cardinals back on their back foot. But you're absolutely right. The Cardinals moving on along. Their run rate has steadily climbed over. So if you remember, it was roughly around 4. They moved it up to 5. Now above, it's about 6.27. So the Cardinals doing what they need to do. The Spartans in a desperate need of a wicket to kind of get a breakthrough here, to give themselves a chance as Edward continues his bowling. As you have some field changes. So you got a cow corner, you've got a long off, a long on, and a deep cover there as well. Nice York there from Edward, but it's easily played by Hassan. And he goes for a quick 2 runs. So Arvind, you're right. It looks like it is definitely going to go down to the wire, which is what we're all shooting for, right?
Close match?
We want to see a close match. And it's been a great fight here by the Cardinals. The Spartans trying to continue that pressure. Yeah, self-fielded. Ooh, that's gonna hurt right now. I mean, that's cold out here. Edward's a very great athlete. He's just stuck his big old foot out there, stopped it. Quick run, but I'll ask Edward tomorrow perhaps how that feels. Very solid. Ooh! Opportunity by Srijay, but he stuck his paw out there, and that must have hurt because it almost stuck to his hand, but it dropped. But it is a dot ball nonetheless. Had he gotten maybe 2 hands on that one, there was a chance. But Srijay does a great job of keeping that ball in front of him. And there it is. There's that possible opportunity. Point, and he drops it. Point had the opportunity, and that was a easy drop. Oh my. That was the opportunity. That was an opportunity that came off the top edge of the bat. So who's that? Is that Akil? Yeah, that looks like it's young Akil over there. His team's cheering him on, giving him encouragement. The Cardinals are all over him.
Looking good, Eddie. Looking good, Eddie. Shabba boy.
Continues. Edward continues his over. So we saw that the Cardinals had a little bit of an over streak where opportunities were given.
And that is massive. Wow. Hassan goes absolutely berserk on that ball. And ladies and gentlemen, we're just in a long off region. And that ball cleared the hill, and that was onto the baseball field on the other side, on the fly. So that went directly over our heads. We were prepared for it, but there was no need. There was absolutely no need, as that was absolutely hammered. So that brings the Cardinals to 98. No, I don't think it's 98. That's got to be at 104. So 100 up for the Cardinals. So well done, CU. Edward looking to bounce back as Julian got on his horse and made sure that ball was found. So Julian, props to you and your quick young feet. You still move?
52-year-old feet.
It's like you were back in Tasmania there for a second. And that's pulled away to the square leg side. The deep square leg comes in. And an additional 2 runs here for the Cardinals. And that concludes Edwards' over. Slightly expensive. Not slightly, that was an expensive over from his standards. And that brings us to a total of 106 for a completion of 16 overs with a loss of 4 wickets. So you see on the worm chart, the Spartans were slightly ahead.
But the Cardinals closing that gap and looking to possibly overtake here shortly. But they've got some wickets in hand and 4 overs to do the damage they need to do. Julian, what are you expecting in these last 4 overs? Are you expecting those fireworks, or are you expecting that continuous 2 runs a ball approach from the Cardinals?
Well, it looks like Hassan Bemat is just starting to get his eye in, judging by that massive 6. So it's touch and go either or here. It'll be an each way bet. I think the wind pendulum has swung back to about 50-50. 42 runs of 4 overs. 10.5 and over for you who are not having trouble with equations in your head. That's very doable. It's still within one boundary and a couple of 2s and singles and over, so it can be done. They still only really need 1 boundary and over. It's not getting out of hand at this stage, and with 12 runs off that last over, it's very close. I don't know if fireworks, because they can do it in 2s, but I expect a very close finish here. Going to be a tight finish, going to be very exciting. Ankush comes back in from the northern end. Good delivery. It was a Yorker on the crease. And well played. Able to just whip it away for 1, and that's okay. The Spartans will take that any day. If you can limit them to 1 run a ball, they're not going to get it home. So we're looking like a very tight finish. That was a good delivery there. Straight to the fielder. Decided not to throw, probably the safest option there. And Ankush barges in, follows through, perhaps just a little more in the slot. Again, aiming for that exact same. Right, and they get 2 after all with an errant throw, an unfortunate bounce for the keeper. Poor keeper. Sometimes I do feel for those keepers. Where feel is just hurl it in, not really respecting their keeper's needs as far as getting it into his gloves. I see that Hassan, the keeper, is going with the modern style of pads under the pants. Nothing wrong with that, if he feels comfortable doing so. Full toss, that may be a no ball, we're judging. It was called a wide, not a no ball. It was not above waist height, but it was errant. Looks like it might have slipped out of Ankush's hand. Again, attempting I'm guessing he's attempting the width Yorker, but just slipped out of his hand. So they do get 1 run, but it was not a no ball, so there's no free hit, but it is a bonus run, needs to be re-bowled. So maybe start a little bit of panic to starting to set in, or a little bit of uneasiness, maybe not panic, but unease settling in. That was a good shot, not a bad ball, chopped away, fielder out there, deep cover, wings it back to the keeper. This time no errant bounce, another 2 runs. So that's 6 runs off 3 balls so far there, Shaz. They're keeping up with it. Not fireworks, but definitely keeping things moving along at the right pace.
Absolutely, they're continuing with that 2 runs ball approach, which has served them very, very well. As you see that run rate continue to climb up. So yeah, this is definitely going to go down to the wire, as the Cardinals are definitely set in, and they're really looking to continue their assault on the Spartan bowlers here. And there it is, another, is that a single? Nope. Yeah, that was a single there, in my opinion. I don't know about you, Julian, but I think especially right now, considering the limited amount of overs you have left, definitely should have been a single, but...
And both batters were in good touch, so yes, should have been a single. Perhaps Hassan was on the back foot when he hit that, maybe not in position to charge off.
I hear you on that one. Yeah, it's I think you and I are on the same page. You know, you can definitely go for it. And fortunately for the Spartans, it's a dot ball, which is what they desperately need, considering they've been giving up a lot of runs here in these past few overs. And it's a very good ball there by Ankush, and that's a very good York. So you're hearing a lot of talking here from the Spartans. They're trying to pump each other up. Also, their bowlers. So Ankush looks like he's going to go in for his last ball here. Expecting another York. See what he has in store. Yep, just wide. It was an attempted York, but it was definitely wide of the off stump, and additional 2 runs here for the Cardinals. Doing exactly what they need to do. It's almost surgical at this point from the Cardinals. Taking no big risks, just playing what's given to them, knowing that if they continue at this rate, they should be able to get that match in their hands. So that completes the 17th over. The Cardinals United at 114 for a loss of 4. Sai comes back into the attack here. Looks like he's going to finish his 3rd over. He's going to start his 3rd over here. So the Cardinals doing what they need to do. Spartans really need a breakthrough. They had that chance, but fortunately for them, on point about 2 overs ago, the catch was dropped. See what Sai has in store. What a beautifully timed hit. And do they have enough for 2? Yes, they are going to push for 2 as a deep point, and they comfortably come back for 2. So for the Cardinals, again, becoming almost surgical at this point in time, not taking any big risks, just timing it, just ensuring that they get the runs that they need per over. So Sai comes in. It was actually a really good ball. I believe it was Ronak who just gave himself enough room to get his arms extended and time it from the middle of the bat. See the bowler definitely trying to dry his hands as the ball continues to get more and more moisture absorbed to it. And there is a heave, and that is a wide. And that is a wide. You see Sai pointing to the referee or to the umpire asking where was that one, and fortunately for him, umpire Maya says that's too wide. And another big heave, but this time that is a dot ball. That's the line, and that's the length that he's looking for. Golden dot ball.
Focus, finish strong, boy.
Comes across the stumps, times it, and it is caught. And that's given in no ball. Oh, my. This is not looking good for the Spartans when this is the second time this has happened to them. Yep, and you can definitely see it on the replay, the overstep. Unfortunately for the Spartans, it comes back to bite them again. I've already had this happen once during Srijay's over. And now again, the no ball ugly head shows up for the Spartans. And it's a big swing, but unfortunately for the Cardinals, just gets a piece of it, gets a quick single.
Good comeback, buddy. Good comeback. Shabba boy. You got this. Finish strong.
Sai coming back. He's got about 2 more balls left to bowl in this over. Spartans really looking for that breakthrough. They can get one more wicket. That momentum may turn directly onto their side. The slower ball, and it is absolutely smoked. Wow, and that is a 4. That is a 4 for Ronak. And that came off the middle of the bat. That was a solid hit as Edward gave it chase, but to no avail. So the Cardinals continue to put the pressure on. This game is getting extremely close. And another hit, but this time gets grounded. Srijay comes up to field the ball. And then you've got 1 ball left for the over for Sai. As we are getting closer and closer to the 10:30 cutoff. Unfortunately, due to the time constraints, we will not have a presentation at the end of this match. The goal at this time is just to make sure we get this match in and have a proper conclusion. And Hassan is saying, nope, I don't even want to let it go that far. He is going for it, and he rightfully does. That was a cracking shot. Wow. That bat made a loud noise. And you see that on the replay, the follow-through, the extension, the timing. And that was absolutely hammered again. So for the Cardinals, is at 125. Let's look at that replay. Comes across, he sets himself up, triggers, and then absolutely blasts that ball. So the Cardinals and Hassan especially, along with Ronak, look like they want to finish this quick. They're not going to let this go towards the latter part. So we may be in for some fireworks here, ladies and gentlemen, as the 18th over is over. And the Cardinals United are at 131 for a loss of 4. And Hassan and Ronak definitely doing their part for the Cardinals. And as it comes back on the first ball, Ronak, wow. Again, that ball mercilessly just obliterated. Goes directly over towards the BPL container that we have. And my, oh my. If you're here, ladies and gentlemen, the sound that these two batsmen are making with their bats on that poor Kokobura ball, it is loud. So Ankush continues his delivery. And this time, went for a work, but slight full toss comes off the bottom of the bat. The Cardinals take another quick single, so only 10 to go. Only 10 to go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my bad. They have 7 minutes to bowl 10 balls.
Ankush comes back and another shot, but I don't think he got enough of it. Oh, there's a drop ball. Another dropped opportunity. See, it's Tejas out there. I think that was a very low line drive. I think the ball was dipping on him as he was trying to come forward to grab that ball. No, actually, for Tejas, that's a pretty standard catch for him, and he just missed it. It could be the pressure, it could be the cold, it could be a standard of things. And there's another really nicely played ball out towards Kyle Corner region and saved. Wow, that's saved. Definitely 2 runs there. So in this case, the Cardinals. Wow, the Cardinals, man. As a commentator, this is what we live for. This is what we want. We want this type of excitement. I know the audiences at home are watching and enjoying this too. And another ball through the covers. It goes right by Srijay. Could be an additional 2 runs here for the Cardinals. Tejas gets it back and rifles it over to Ankush. And is there a possible overthrow? No. Cardinals say no. No, thank you. They're going to stand by, and they're going to go ahead and just definitely play this out. So got 2 more balls left here in the 19th over, and it looks like we may. So I apologize. I'm looking at the wrong screen here. There we go. One last ball here from Ankush as Ronak gets ready to see what he can do. And another shot over into the deep cover region, and is that a chance for a boundary? But they save it. Great fielding by the Spartans. They save the additional boundary, and it is coming down to the last over. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've got 6 balls that need to be bowled within 5 minutes, or we need 3 runs, and it is over, and it's night for the Spartans. So we hope to finish this game off for you here soon. We wish you nothing but the best during this weekend. Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. And come on down to the BPL Stadium whenever you get a chance. Always good to see everybody. So as I stated earlier, due to the time constraints that we have here, we will not have a presentation towards the end. Our goal ultimately here right now is to get you a conclusion for this amazing game that we've had so far as the Spartans pull in the field. As Edward comes in, and it's a possibility for a 2. It goes right towards goalie for a double. And they're going to push for it. Yes. And we are tied. We are tied, ladies and gentlemen. So here it is. Here's that last ball that's needed. See what the Cardinals will do. And here goes Mammoth. He finishes off in absolute style. Wow. Hassan, take a bow, young man. Wow. You see him taunting the Spartans as he walks off. Wow. Hassan finishes it off in absolute style. A mammoth 6 over Kyle Corner, and that finishes the game up, ladies and gentlemen. The Cardinals with an absolute impressive win. Absolute impressive win. Great story here for the Cardinals as they move up to 1-1, and the Cardinals drop to 1-1. So great game, great match between the 2 teams. We wish you having a great night, and we appreciate you allowing us to be a part of your weekend. And as we continue to get you some coverage here, try to wrap this up for you as quickly as we can with the match summary. As you see, the Spartans coming up slightly short, and the Cardinals doing what they do best, being surgical. So the man of the match is going to be Ronak Sharma with his 57 off of 36, and Hassan, of course, with an honorable mention.
As we stated, we are unfortunately unable to bring you the presentation due to time constraints as we look to wrap up our evening. So, on behalf of the USAPL and its
Achieve financial freedom with One Seed Capital, your trusted partners for building wealth. Visit oneseedcap.com because the future of investing is now.
MyGo Consulting is a global SAP services shop based out of Chicago, Illinois, with locations across the globe and consultants covering all core modules in SAP. MyGo Consulting is your preferred choice to help you get to the next level. So remember, when you're thinking SAP, think positive, think MyGo.